Hello, lady. I really like the way you told that story. It's right to the point and very compelling. It keeps one riveted on what you're saying, and you raise some very interesting questions. I guess it brought to mind a particular incident that happened to me, which might support the case of little bits of information influencing the outcome of events. Many years ago, I was asked to take a friend of a friend on a approximately 400 or 500 mile trip around Thanksgiving time to deliver this girl to her parents in another city. I had never met this woman before, and when I picked her up, within the first 5 minutes, she said to me, "Gee, I sure hope we don't have an automobile accident during this trip." Seemed a little bit unusual. We proceeded to go off on the excursion. We stopped by a fast food joint. It was a KFC. We got some chicken for eating later while we're on the road. And a few hours later, we decided to, have some of that. And I know I looked down to grab a piece of chicken, and when I looked up, cars in front of us had stopped, and we swerved off the road and spun around the car and basically totaled the automobile. And in the cloud of dust, as it started to settle, this lady said, "Gee, I didn't think I needed to make this happen." Her story, as it turned out later, was that she was starting a new job, and if she was injured in an accident, that would be, in effect, a socially acceptable way to not have to report to that job, which she didn't really want to do. Well, of course, I raised the question, how can you, as a passenger, cause this accident to happen? And her answer was, well, I was talking about it. I brought it up when we first got in the car. I was acting nervous during the drive, and all these things influenced the way that you were driving and, in effect, the response that you had in a crisis situation of cars stopping in front of us. Well, that may or may not have been the case. I really don't think so. I think it was just a case of simple not paying attention or looking to what was happening on the road. But I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that perhaps in the incident that you described, there were some subtle cues, there was some bit of conversation, there was some body language, there was some action, who knows what, that might have had some external influence on the situation. I guess I really don't believe in some guiding hand that's up there that is directing all of your activities in some predetermined way. But there's some series of perhaps subconscious received activities that can influence the outcome of events. But I guess the bottom line is that I'm really glad that you were not involved in the accident. You weren't exposed to a situation of potential risk and injury, and you've obviously come out okay and are a very attractive lady who has some very interesting things to say. And much appreciate your comments and your story, and look forward to more from you always. Thanks again.